DraftKings Sportsbook. And you know we got big time love for DraftKings Sportsbook. But when we're talking about DraftKings, we know they are the number one rated sports booking app. Not only are they safe, but they are secure. And just like Deke, and I love to say this, they are reliable because reliability matters. And you don't want to be playing anywhere else but with DraftKings Sportsbook. So if you haven't downloaded the app, make sure you do that. But more importantly, once you do so, use the promo code MOATS. And when you make that first bet for $5, a minimum of $5, because, you know, you don't have to hold yourself back. Some people are big spenders, and I get that. But when you make that first bet of a minimum of $5, you're going to get $200 in free bets coming right back to you. All you need to do is use the promo code MOATS for that. And after that, baby, you get to have a little fun. You get to go out there and, you know, get a chance to make a little money and have all that good stuff happening. But, Deke, I am aware that at times people, you know, they can't handle it. Sometimes it becomes a little bit too much for them, and they fall into this other category where they might have a problem.
Yeah,
Well,
we don't
Deke,
like to see it.
As I look at my screen right now, the screen just went black, and it's a lot of information up there with DraftKings Sportsbook. In particular, for my New York people, you see, it's a number that you can call. You can even text it. But then for everybody else, those of you that don't live in New York, it's a number that you can call as well. And that number is 1-800-GAMBLER. I say there's 1-800-GAMBLER. I said, if you have a gambling problem or you need some crisis counseling, you better go. I say, now talk to me. Now you better call 1-800-GAMBLER. Gambler. Oh, touch me now. Gambler. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Can't complain about the victory Monday. Devastated about this TJ injury. I think all of us are on pins and needles right now. I was refreshing Twitter over these last like 3 or 4 hours, and we got nothing. Unless this one dude, what's his name? Jonathan Jones?
Something like that. I had never heard of the gentleman because I don't really follow a lot of the analysts like that. That's not my thing. But yeah, he just kind of popped up. They say he's with CBS, so that counts for something. That does count for something.
And he said what? 8 weeks? He said partial tear?
Yeah, he said partial tear. I didn't even see him say 8. I saw him say partial tear. He's going to miss a month or so.
Okay.
Yeah, and I was like, all right. Yeah.
Schefter and Rappaport said that TJ got his first opinion today, and they're going to wait till tomorrow for the second and third.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
Seems
like a lot of opinions.
Well, we could discuss it, especially being that we have somebody in the room that has actually tore his pec before.
Okay, let's hear it.
You know, so it's definitely one of those things, man. I just didn't know. Do we want to talk about it right now, or do we want to, you know, what I'm saying, like, yeah,
we save it. I don't care.
All right, yeah, we can get into it. We get into it then, but yeah, both. You know what? Let's get it out the way. You know what? It's gonna come back up anyways. We'll wait.
Okay,
we'll save time. We'll start the show like we like to start it though. But yeah, man. Yeah, it's depending on how you feel about the dude. Is he in your, you know, in terms of guys breaking news, is he in your
who, Schefter?
No, the cat from CBS. Jones? Where is he? Because you know how I feel. I'm like, if it's Shefty,
never heard of him.
I listen to Shefty. Rappaport, I'm Jason Lock'em forums, like kind of 50-50 with, but you know, this dude, I'm like, yo, should I believe him? Should I get hope, optimism? I don't know yet.
Yeah, I don't know what to make of it right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to go off Schefter and Rappaport's tweets today. I'm not going to get my hopes too high.
Fair enough. But no, in all seriousness though, man, yeah, I did tear mine. Mine wasn't completely off the bone, so I didn't have to have surgery, but it was definitely 6 weeks before I was even thinking about anything football related. Now, his is in season. Mine happened during the Denver Broncos playoff game, so it was a little bit different in terms of the timetable. Like, we weren't having to be as aggressive, but yeah, just thinking of 4 weeks, I'm like, I don't see that. Thinking of 6 weeks, I'm like, I really don't see that. But the one thing that TJ does have going for him, because like I said, mine was with it not being torn completely off the bone, so I'm hoping it's very similar to TJ. The other instances are when it's torn completely off the bone, and I'm sure that's part of what they're getting the second opinion on. When you look at them, when you're talking torn off the bone versus not completely off the bone, is not as cut and dry like people are making it sound. Oh, just look at the x-ray. Hey, if it's completely off, then yeah, you're fine. It's never just completely off like that. It's always going to be variations of it, like grade 1, grade 2, grade 3, and so forth. So you're just trying to figure out, all right, is it significant enough that we need to go in there and actually repair it and put it back, where it needs to be? Or can this truly heal on its own? When you also talk about healing on its own, you also have to understand the timetable of that. Healing on its own needs rest. That means you can't be pushing it. But if you're trying to get ready for football at the NFL level, what do you have to do?
Work.
You have to work. So that's the issue that you're dealing with when you're talking about the timetable of, hey, we want you back this season with the injury that you need to let rest to properly heal and close back up. Now, like I said, when I did mine, that was 2016? When we lost, no, was that 16 or 15? It was 15, because that was after we went on the road. We had beat Cincy, right. And that was the year we had lost to Denver.
Season, it was technically
January
16.
16. Yeah, when it happened though. Yeah, so for me, I remember even when I got to OTAs, think about it, I tore it in that December or in that January game in the playoffs. Going into OTAs was my first time doing anything football related, and even then, we had the conversation of Moats is OTAs, so you're going to do everything, but if there's contact and you feel like you're fighting with a dude, let him win, because it's not worth you re-injuring it. Because that's the other part when you're talking about the torn pec. It's one of those things that once you tear it, your probability of tearing it again does increase. So you have to be a lot smarter in terms of how you bench press, in terms of how you lift weights, in terms of just certain things which you're doing out the framework of your body. Even me now, I still feel it at times. So yeah, so like I said, even though we break it down as, okay, it wasn't torn off the bone, he doesn't have to have surgery. But don't look at it in the sense of like it's the end all be all. I'm just saying, when people try to, for comfort purposes, say, "Oh man, he'll be back in 4 weeks," it's like, it's not that simple either. Just because you're not having surgery, it still is a lot that kind of goes into it. So, like I said, it's a significant injury. But in terms of the positive that I said for this scenario is this: only one person I've seen come back in season when it was torn off the bone, and that was JJ Watt. He was the only one that went and had surgery. So
I think you're right.
So, we take that how we want to take that. That could be a positive.
And TJ was looking like JJ yesterday.
Absolutely.
He looks bigger.
Yeah, absolutely.
He almost looked like he had a JJ frame to him walking off the field.
So it's like, if there's anybody that can do it, I would not put it past TJ. I'm just saying from my personal experiences. And then another guy who actually did have to have the surgery was Cam Hayward. He had that during the 2015 season as well, early on. He didn't make it back. So
he's been fine though.
Yeah, he's been fine since.
Yeah, because the part that you were talking about,
right.
I still feel.
But he took time. But he took the whole. You know what I mean? So that's the thing. It's like, if you're gonna rush it back, it's a difference in terms of how much heal it's gonna be and then what you're asking that player to do. We're not saying can TJ come out and just be a regular player. We're asking, is TJ gonna be TJ Watt? And that's what I'm saying, in the sense of it is gonna take a little bit of time, just with the nature of the injury, if it's torn in any capacity. Now, hopefully, when he gets the second and third opinion, which when you're talking about second and third opinions, is really that what I was talking about right there. How much torn is it? Like, where are we talking about this? Okay, what are the short-term pros and cons? What are the long-term pros and cons? Because that is a conversation as well. And depending on what time of the year it is, make you do some crazy stuff. I know for me, I was trying to talk them into, if we would have won in Denver, I want to play in the AFC Championship game, or if I'm a AFC Championship game, I want to be back for the Super Bowl. And they're like, bro, that's a 4-week window. It's not happening. And in my mind, I'm like, man, y'all crazy. I'd be out there with one arm, because you want to be out there. But realistically, man, it was like, we could have been in that Super Bowl. It wouldn't have mattered. I ain't had nothing for him. You know what I mean? But that's part of it. You know what I mean? So with TJ, I do believe that, if anyone can heal fast, it would be that guy. But I don't have the most optimism about the situation right now, if we're being fully candid.
I'm bracing for 8 weeks.
Yeah. If we get 8, that'd be awesome for me personally.
And I think we can make it through those 8 weeks.
If we can get 8 weeks, I would love that. I think that would be a great scenario, because to me personally, I would think that would give him plenty of time where he's not rushed back. But at the same time, it's not the season ending type. It's not going to kill you, because it's the earlier portion of the season as well.
Our next 3 weeks, not bad in terms of schedule.
How are we going to say that? We only had 1 week.
Pats, Browns, Jets. Browns with Brissett. Patriots look bad. Jets with Flacco. I like our chances.
You just named the 3 offenses as if our offense did something special yesterday.
I liked our defense.
I do too.
And I think our offense will improve, should improve, hopefully. Well, easy solution. I mean, there's two easy solutions I can give you to improve the offense right now.
Hey man, we're gonna get to it.
I can't tell you the 2 solutions.
Hey man, we'll get to it without a doubt, baby. Without a doubt.
Number 7 involves number 8.
Yeah.